So I was tagged in this video several times, and I wanted to make sure I corrected the command star major under the post. I also sent her a private message correcting her about the deficiencies that I saw in the videos that were not in compliance with Army Regulation 670-1 or the associated ALARACT message 042/2024. So now let's get into it. The first thing I want to address is the eyelash, right? So the lash extensions, I'm going to put this out here. The regulation says must be a medical reason for you to wear lash extensions, right? Now, in the video, you or I cannot tell whether or not this person has a medical reason to wear lashes. So I'm going to cross that off as something to correct. Now, the regulation, again, does not state what type of lash extensions, all right, the fullness of it, if it needs to look natural or not look natural. So I cannot say because it does not look natural that it is a violation of the regulation, because the regulation does not address whether or not, even the ALARACT does not address whether or not it needs to look natural or not look natural, right? It just says it needs to be for a medical reason. So without going any further, I'm going to recommend that the regulation and the ALARACT or the updated regulation reflects that it needs to look natural, that lashes need to look natural, right? I'm going to recommend that. And I know someone is going to see that and update the regulation in a way. And they should give examples. All right. So that's end of it with the lashes. Now, before I get into the deficiencies, here's something that I want everyone to understand. When you have increased rank, right? When there is an increase or a promotion, with that promotion, right, there is greater responsibility, right? So what we used to do before, we enhance ourselves, we do better, right? And so in this particular video, I would say that as not just a non-commissioned officer and not just a senior non-commissioned officer, but a senior non-commissioned officer in command, right? We are expected to do better, right? We are expected to do better, because in a situation in which we are violating Army regulation, maybe not this particular regulation that we have to correct a soldier for in the future, there will be a problem. Because if I am a command sergeant major and I am correcting a soldier about something, some regulation, but I am still not following another regulation, regardless of whether I feel that these rules or policies or whatever is minute or not, I need to make sure that I'm following these regulations to the best of my ability so that I can actually correct a soldier without a soldier thinking, well, you doing this and why should I listen to you, because you're picking and choosing what regulation to follow, right? So we gotta be consistent, right? We gotta be not just sayers of implementing rules and policies, but actual doers. Anyway, that being said, let's get into it. All right, the first thing, hair. The hair is beautiful. Lovely cornrows, straight back. Nothing is wrong with the cornrow going straight back. There is no curves, because the regulation says you can't have any curves in the part and stuff like that. Says that. The problem with the hair is two things. One, it is unsecured. That's the first thing. Unsecured hair in Army uniform. All right. The second thing is the fact that it is being worn on the front side of her uniform, right? In the ALARACT 042/2024, it clearly shows an image of what right looks like and what a violation looks like or a deficiency looks like. And one of the deficiencies is wearing the hair on the front side of the uniform, which she's doing clearly in this video, right? Okay, nice hairstyle, but she's not supposed to wear it on the front side of her uniform, and her hair needs to be secured. The next topic is the nails. So here's the first thing that popped out to me, the design on the nails, right? Are we supposed to have designs on the nails? No. Are we supposed to have multicolor nails? No, we're not supposed to have multicolor nails or designs on the nails. The other thing is the length of the nail. It is clearly more than 1/4 of an inch long, right? 1/4 of an inch is what the ALARACT says that we need to have. And the AR 670-1, that's what we need to have. And then finally, I'm not sure if that was burgundy or like a wine red nail color. Again, always go back to the ALARACT, right? They give you examples and they give you left and right limits, right? So again, those are the violations that I saw. I think as a leader, as a senior leader in a command position, those things are not things that you should post on social media just because you have a lot of soldiers like doing the same thing and they're being corrected for it. So you're not above reproach, you're not above correction, we're not above the regulation. We have to be accepting of correction and just take it and drive on, right? To you, a lot of people would say, hey, well, this is a compo 2 or compo 3 command sergeant major. Well, here's what I would say to you. Army Regulation 670-1 and the ALARACT message does not exclude compo 1 or compo 2 personnel from that regulation, right? It is applicable to those personnel as well once you are wearing the military uniform. And so I would say that any regulation that does not exclude a particular component, it's inclusive, right? Unless it says that, right? It says that it's not. So whether you're a private E1, right, or a command sergeant major, right, a leader in command, in charge with a commander, leading and training and mentoring and developing soldiers, or you are a first lieutenant or a general officer, the rules are there for us all to follow, right? And we do not get a pass just because we're in command or we're a senior leader. We still have to follow it. I still have to follow the rules. Every soldier should have to follow those rules. And that includes this command sergeant major. So there you go.